Alright guys, we know that taking the spark plugs out, the back spark plugs out, can be a pain because it is very uncomfortable to get to, and depending on your car, some spark plugs are harder than others. Sometimes for certain cars, you can just reach back there and just twist and pull, even if you have to use a little muscle, but it'll come off. But in this case, this guy brought me a car and he was trying to take the rear spark plugs out, but he couldn't take them off because they were really hard. The good thing is that he started off with the back ones. He hadn't removed these. What he was trying to do is that he was trying to take the spark plug off the boot. He was trying to take them off with some small pliers, and he ended up ripping the boot. And as you can see, here's the boot. He ripped it as he put the pliers right here. He lifted, and let me see if I can get it. You see? You can see that he lifted and this the boot ripped. He tried to grip it again and then it ripped again. So that's a big problem. That's a big problem because now you can't take out the boot, and there was only a little piece of boot left in there. Now that's a problem, right? He brought the car to me, $250 if I could fix it, and I told him I could try, because he had gone to another mechanic and they were gonna charge him a lot more than that. And this is what he told me. He tried to get the pliers and try to take it out piece by piece, but he couldn't because the boot, the little piece of ripped boot was way in there. It was way deep inside the boot hole socket, so you couldn't no more. So this is what he told me. What I'm going to most likely have to do is take off the alternator and then from there rip it out piece by piece. But he said he didn't want to mess with the alternator and all that because he just didn't know how to work on that. Just another thing is that I'm not a mechanic. I don't know, just something clicked in my brain. I reached back there, that boot, there was only a little piece left. I was thinking, I honestly didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. I honestly felt like I was gonna have to take off the alternator like how he said and take it off, but I found the most easiest way to take these off. He started off in the back. He didn't touch these front ones. Which was the best thing for me because it gave me an idea of how hard these boots were. These boots were glued on there, it seemed like. This one came off pretty easy, this first one, but it was still pretty hard. This one was harder, and this one was so hard. It made my face flush. Just like for every different car, if you worked on cars before, you understand what I'm saying. Some are hard, some are not so hard. Okay, but these were hard. So I could only imagine how hard the back plugs were going to be. This is how I took off the ripped boot, and the rest of the boots really easy. As soon as I took off the ripped boot, I took off the rest back to back. It was really easy, and this is how I did it. Alright guys, look, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it. Okay, look, this is the piece of boot that was ripped inside the socket. This is the boot that was ripped inside the socket. So the boot goes like this, right? You guys already know what a boot looks like. The boot was like this. This was in here. It was like this. It's a normal boot. Remember, he got the small pliers. He ripped this, and then this ripped. Then this ripped, and then this popped off. So now there's only the boot and the spark plug in the back. Inside the socket. All I did was I grabbed a piece of string, just a normal knot, you know, just any knot that self ties. It's really easy. Actually, right now I'll show you guys how to do this knot if you guys need to know how to do this knot. All I did while this was inside the socket, I was like this. I was like really uncomfortable. You already know you have to lay on top of it. I was like this. Remember, this knot, the more you pull, the more it gets tight. It gets tighter. So that's exactly what I did. As soon as it was really tight, as you can see here, it's tight. It's not gonna let go. All I did was I just wrapped my fingers around it however I could, however you can back there, and I pulled it and I didn't even struggle that much. And that's exactly how I did it. And when I saw that, I was honestly pretty impressed with this idea. This is an idea of what I mean. Just imagine this, but in the back, towards the back ones. Now you can imagine if I wrap this up and I really pull it, it's gonna come off. It is. And that's how I was able to take off that one, the ripped one, the middle one, which is the hardest, and then this last one, the third one. Also, another thing that you can use is you can use this as a leverage. You see what I mean? And then from there, you can just hold on to this like this and pull it out. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. And remember, these are always a pain, the ones in the back. I'm gonna show you guys real quick how to do the knot. It's a real simple knot. Just imagine this is the spark plug boot. All you do is you hoop it like this, cross this one over, put it underneath the hoop right here, and then you put this one underneath this hoop like this, and you just pull it. Now it should get tight by itself, and that's enough to pull the spark plug off. And yeah, it's a simple boot. What you want to do for the rest of the spark plugs, actually hoop it out here. These clips will be off. Hoop it out here, and then just drive the hoop all the way down to the spark plug, so that way you're not hooping it back there. Make it easier on yourself. Throughout my life, I've always been around cars because of my dad and my brother. For anyone, it can be a little bit of a struggle, you know, because it's at awkward angles, and I've never seen this technique used. For when I've had to change spark plugs or something when I was barely learning, or even when I was watching my brother and dad, they would struggle with the back ones. And sometimes, and let's be honest, there's some people that they just don't even touch them because they're very uncomfortable to work with, and sometimes they're pretty difficult to take off. So some people don't even touch them. Some people don't just change the front ones. I've never seen this technique used, but it probably has been, and there's probably some tools or something to help take those off, but I haven't seen them. All right, that's it, guys. I hope this video helped you, that this string technique can honestly work, and I hope it works for you. I just hope that your boots aren't as hard as these, but sometimes it happens. And if your boot ripped, or for some reason you're working with the ripped boot, this can help. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching.